Welcome, and thank you for working with us in order to train the next generation of teachers. In this video guide, we will show you how to make placement offers using the placement communication portal PCP. Before you can make offers of placements, you will need to complete the registration process. To do so, please consult the guide that was shared with you by our partnerships team in order to register with the school account, set up your school profile and contact list, and create one user with coordinator access. To make offers of placements, we will navigate to the Placement Offers section. Before you do so, we ask that you consult the information that we have shared with you about the types of placements that we offer across the academic year. You can view those either on our partnerships website or in the placement opportunity brochure that we have shared with you. It is helpful if you have an idea of the kinds of placements you would like to offer before beginning this process. Once you are ready to make offers, let's navigate to the Placement Offers section. We can see that currently there are no offers here, so we will begin by making a new offer. As I said, it is fairly helpful if you have an idea of the kinds of placement offers that you would like to make before beginning this process. In a moment, in order to show you the different functionalities that you have to make offers, I'm going to show you 3 different scenarios. These scenarios will apply to any offers made in mainstream settings and are broken down by academic term. If you are making offers on behalf of a special school for special educational needs settings, please navigate ahead to the relevant section that is called SEN Placements. In general, there are 5 steps to making an offer in the PCP portal. First, you select the academic term in which you would like to make the placement offer. Second, you select the year group in which you would like to place the trainee. And third, you select the type of trainee that you would like to place in that year group. You will then need to review your offer and attach the details of the mentor who will work with the trainee to that offer. Once you have completed all your offers at the draft stage as provisional placement offers, we will have a look at the offer summary and then submit the offers. We'll now take a look at 3 different scenarios to make our offers. I've made some notes to make this easier. In this first scenario, I would like to be specific about which year groups I place trainees in and also which type of trainees I accept in those year groups. I've broken this down by the autumn, spring and summer term and by key stages. With these notes, we can now go ahead and make our offers. We'll begin in the autumn term, where I would like to have 2 BA trainees in the year 1 class. To make this offer, we'll move to the autumn section in our offers screen in the PCP portal and click Add Offer. You will now see some instructions and information at the top that inform you of the way to make offers in the portal. We will first begin by selecting our year group or key stage in which to make the offer. We'll remember our 2 BA trainees are supposed to go into year 1. So from this drop-down, I'm going to select the year 1 classroom. There are now 2 types of placements that could take place in this term within this class. We've got our PGCE Primary SBT 1 and 2, or our BA QTS Primary SBT 2. The PGCE is a special case because these trainees will begin in one classroom in the autumn term and return in the same class in the spring term. This may be different from how you're used to working with our PGCEs in the past. In this case, we have already decided that we would like it to be BA trainees in our year 1 class. I will therefore select the BA option here. You've now got the option to make a comment if there's anything you would like us to know about this placement. I'm just going to write comment to show you what that looks like. I'll now click Save and Add so that I can add my second offer. Each offer of placements is meant for 1 trainee. That means that if we would like to have 2 trainees in this year 1 class or in 2 different year 1 classes, we will need to make 2 offers. From the bottom section here, you can see that in our list of provisional placements, we have now got a year 1 class offer for a BA Primary SBT 2 trainee. You can also see the comment that I have left by clicking the See Comment option here. We'll now add our second place for the year 1 class. So again, I select year 1 from the drop-down, I select my BA SBT 2 option from here, and I will click Save. This will now get added to my overview of placements at the bottom. Moving on with my overview, I can also see that we would like a PGCE trainee who will be in year 6 and who will stay on from the autumn into the spring term. We will go back to autumn and click Add Offer. We will select our year group from the drop-down, in this case year 6, and we will select the type of placement that we would like to offer. For our PGCE Primary SBT 1 plus 2 placement, you will automatically create an offer in the autumn and spring term, since this student type will stay on in that placement. I will show you how that looks like by selecting this placement type and clicking Save. You can see that we have now added an offer in the autumn term and one in the spring term. In Year 6, we've got our PGCE SBT 1 placement in the autumn term. And moving to the spring, that you can see that we've automatically added the SBT 2 version of that placement in Year 6 as well. That is because this student type will stay on in the same class for this placement. Returning to our overview, we can see that we've now finished our autumn offers. Moving to the spring, I can see that I would also like to place one BA1 trainee in Year 2. We will proceed the same way by clicking Add Offer in the spring section, then selecting the year group from our drop-down menu and selecting the type of placement that we would like to offer. You can see that there are two types of placements that will take place in the spring term, our BA QTS SBT 3 and our BA QTS SBT 1. From this overview on the side here, you can see the dates and information about these placements. Looking at this, I can see that our SBT 1 students will commence their placement in the spring but stay on in the summer. In this case, I can only offer the Year 2 class in the spring, so I'm going to opt for the BA 3 placement. I'm going to save this and move on to the summer term. In the summer term, I can see that I would make one final offer in the nursery for a PGCE trainee. Moving to summer, I'm going to click Add Offer again, where you can again see a breakdown of any types of placements that are available. In this case, it is only our PGCE Primary SBT 3 placements that begin in the summer term. So I will select the nursery from our drop-down, I will select this type of placement, and I will click on Save. We have now added all the placements that we would like to offer for the academic year. We can therefore check our offer summary at the top. We can see that we have made 6 provisional placement offers, and in our offer summary, you will see all of them together. We can see that in our Year 1 class, we will have 2 placements, both times a BA SBT 2 placement. In our Year 6 class, we will have a PGCE SBT 1 in the autumn and SBT 2 in the spring term, a continuing student. In our Year 2 class, we're going to have an SBT 3 BA placement in the spring term, and in our nursery, we're going to have a PGCE SBT 3 placement in the summer term. You can also see an overview of comments that you have made in this view. We will now continue with our second scenario in terms of the types of offers that you can make through the portal. In this case, in scenario 2, I would like to be specific about the year groups that I offer, but I am flexible what type of trainee will be placed in that year group. In my overview, I've broken this down again. In the autumn, I've got 1 space in Year 2. In the spring, I've got 1 space in Year 2 and Year 4. And in the summer, I've got 2 spaces in reception and 1 space in Year 4. I am not particular about which type of trainee will be placed in these classrooms. Let's see how we can make those types of offers. We'll begin with the autumn again for the space in the Year 2 class. I'll move to the autumn section in the portal and click Add Offer. We'll begin by selecting the year group, which is my Year 2 class, and you will now see that there are 2 types of placements, as we have seen before, that will take place in this time. My PGCE SBT 1+2 placement will continue on in the spring term, and my BA SBT 2 placement will just be for the autumn term. Since I'm flexible as to the type of trainee that will go into this class, and I do have a space in Year 2 available, I will select both of these types of placements that I am open to receiving. This does not mean making 2 offers, but it does mean that I'm open to either type of placement offer for this classroom. I will click Save so we can take a look at what that looks like. In my overview at the bottom, you will now see that we have created 1 offer, which I can see over here, for my Year 2 classroom, in which I could have either a BA SBT 2 or a PGCE SBT 1, which takes place in the autumn term. As always, for our PGCE SBT 1+2, we have automatically also created the offer for the spring, again for the Year 2 classroom, for my PGCE SBT 2. So I've already added these offers here for my Year 2 classroom now. Moving on to the spring, I've got a space in Year 4, which could be extended to the summer, or it could be separate trainees. In the spring section, I will click on Add Offer and see what types of placements there are available. Again, we will begin by selecting the year group, which will be Year 4, and I can see that there are 2 types of placements taking place or starting in the spring, our BA SBT 3s and our BA SBT 1s. The SBT 3 placement will be done by the end of the spring term, but my SBT 1 placement will continue on into the summer term. Since, again, I do have time and space for this trainee to stay on in the summer if they would like, I'm going to select both of these types of placements here and then click Save to create some flexibility with this offer. We have again only created 1 offer for the Year 4 class, but we have introduced some flexibility in terms of saying we could have either of these types of trainees in this classroom. Now last, we will make our offers for the summer. Here I can have 2 trainees in the reception class and 1 trainee in my Year 4 class. I will go to the summer section and click on Add Offer. Here I will see that there's only one type of placement that takes place in the summer. So I will select my reception class first and select this type of placement, and by using save and add, I can immediately go and add the next type of placement as well. For our reception, we would like 2 trainees, so what I will do is select the reception class one more time and add an additional offer. And then I will go and add the second year 4 class as well. Selecting from the drop-down, selecting the type of placement and adding save. At the bottom, I can now see the overview of all the placement offers that I've made for the summer, 2 reception classes for this type of placement, and 1 year 4 class for this type of placement. Returning to our overview summary at the top, you can see the number of provisional placement offers that you have made, and we can see them broken down one by one here. This now corresponds to our overview, and we can move on. We will now move on to our third and last scenario. In this case, I would like to be flexible about what year groups I offer and what types of trainees I offer. That means that I will make offers by key stage, and I'm not particular about which year groups that trainee actually goes into. In this case, in the autumn, I would like to have 1 trainee in Key Stage 1, in the spring 2 trainees in Key Stage 2, and in the summer 1 trainee in EYFS. Let's make that offer by starting in the autumn term. We'll go to the autumn section and click on Add Offer again. First, we will select our year group or key stage. In this case, I am not particular whether it is year 1 or year 2, so from my drop-down, I can select the option Key Stage 1 Flexible. Again, as before, we could now select the type of placement that we want to offer. Our PGCE SPT 1+2 will stay on for the spring, and our BA SPT 2 will just be for the autumn term. In this case, I can't have somebody in Key Stage 1 in the spring term, so I will just go with the BA SPT 2 option here and save this. We've now made our offer for the autumn term, and we can see that in here we have made an offer for Key Stage 1 and we're flexible about the year group. Moving on to the spring term, I can have 2 trainees in our Key Stage 2 setting, irrespective of the year groups that they go into. To do this, I will click again Add Offer, and I will select the Key Stage or year group from the drop-down. So again, I will go with the flexible Key Stage 2 option here. We can see that in the spring term, we have our BA SPT 3s who will go out only in the spring, and our BA SPT 1s who will stay on for the summer. If I take another look at my overview, I think that one of these trainees could probably stay on for the summer, but another one should probably finish their placement in the spring. So what I will do is I will make my first offer with the Key Stage 2 flexible option only for the SPT 3 student type. That means this student will finish their placement in the spring term. And I will make the offer for the second trainee, again by selecting the Key Stage 2 flexible option, but this time selecting both types of placements, meaning I'm flexible which of these will be placed in that Key Stage 2 option. We will now move to the last academic term. In the summer, I would like to have 1 trainee in EYFS. We will go to the summer section in our portal and again click Add Offer. From our drop-down, I will select the flexible option here, nursery/reception, and I will select the type of placement that will take place in this term, and again click Add. As before, I can view an overview of all the offers that I've made for the academic year here at the top. I can see that I've made a flexible Key Stage 1 offer for our BA SPT 2 student in the autumn term, 2 flexible Key Stage 2 offers, 1 time for a student only in the spring, and 1 time for a student that will either finish in spring or stay on until the summer. And in the summer term, I've made a flexible offer for EYFS for this type of placement over here. The last element we will now cover before moving on how you can edit and submit offers are SEN placements. If you are a special school or a mainstream school with a resource base wanting to offer placements in a special educational needs setting, you are able to do so in the SEN section. If you are a special school, additionally, you will not see the autumn, spring, and summer sections, as your offers will all be made within SEN settings. To make an offer in a special educational needs setting, navigate to the SEN section and click Add Offer. You will see that there are 2 types of placements that are hosted in special educational needs settings. They are both the second placement for both of these types of trainees. Our BA QTS SPT 2 and PGCE SPT 2 trainees. You can find dates and information about these placements here. Our BA SPT 2 placements take place in the autumn term, and our PGCE SPT 2 placements take place in the spring term. We do normally not facilitate SEN placements in the summer term. To make offers for these types of placements, simply let us know the number of students that you are able to support for each of these placements. For example, in the autumn term, I can facilitate 2 placements in an SEN setting for BA SPT2 trainees, and in the spring term, I could facilitate 3 offers for PGCE SPT2 trainees. If you would like to share any further information with us, either about the type of SEN provision in your setting or anything else that may affect the placement, you can do so by leaving a comment. Once you have entered all the number of placements that you would like to make and added any comments, click Save. You will then be able to see a breakdown of the placement offers that you have made for your SEN setting. After you have made all the offers that you would like to make for the academic year, we ask that you take a moment to double check them. By using this View Your Offer Summary button at the top, you can see all of the offers that you have made for that academic year. You can double check them and still edit them at this stage. If an offer doesn't work for you anymore, you can, before you submit them, still remove this offer. If I click Remove and confirm this at the top, it will disappear from my offer summary. You can also amend offers at this stage. For example, in my Year 6 class, I have made an offer for a BA SPT1 placement. If I would like to change this year group, I can click on Edit, which will bring me back into the spring section where I can edit this offer. From the drop-down, I can now select a different year group, for example, Year 5, reselect the type of placement that I would like to offer, and then Update. In my summary, I can now see that the year group has changed to Year 5. Once you have made sure that all the offers you have made for the academic year are complete and correct, the last step we would like you to do is to add mentor details to them. This is helpful for us to know who will be working with the associate teachers in these respective classes, and for us to send them information about mentor training and anything else that may be useful for them. To add a mentor to a trainee, you can click this Change Mentor option here. This will open 2 options. The first mentor is the placement mentor or class teacher who will work with the trainee on a day-to-day basis. They can be added via this drop-down. Mentors will appear in this drop-down if you have added them as contacts to the contact list for your school. If you have not done so yet, please consult the earlier guide that we shared with you in order to set them up as contacts. You can then select a mentor for this trainee based on the type of placement and year group that they are in. The second mentor is the professional mentor. This is the ITT lead or the point of contact for all trainees at your school. That may be yourself or somebody with that specific role. Again, mentors will appear in this drop-down if they have been set up as contacts in your school contact list. Once you have set them up, you can add them here. After you have added both of the mentors for the trainee, you can then click Update and confirm at the top. Returning to the summary, you can see that both of these mentors now appear next to this placement offer. After you have double-checked that all of your offers are correct, made edits or removals where necessary, and added mentor details to them, we are ready to submit our offers. Please make sure that you double-check any offers and attach mentors where you can before submitting them. You can still edit offers after you have submitted them, but you will have to do so through a request. That means you cannot automatically make changes to this anymore, but rather request changes to the offer through the portal. I will show you how to do that in a moment. After we have checked that everything is correct, made any edits, and added our mentor details, I will now confirm and submit. The portal will ask me to confirm this, which I will do. You will now receive a message to say that your offers have been recorded. You can see that having returned to our placement offers section, I can see a breakdown of any confirmed offers that I have made. I can now view and edit these offers just as I did before. It will return us to this overview here. It will only show you the relevant sections for which you have actually made confirmed offers. We can also see that it says confirmed placements at the top to highlight this. Again, there's an offer summary here for you to see. You will be able to see any comments that you have made. As before, you can still add mentor details at this stage. If you would like to remove an offer or request a change to an offer after it has been confirmed, you will need to do so through these request options here in the portal. If I would like to remove this offer for my Year 5 class, for example, I can click Request Removal here. The portal will now ask you to send us a little message, which I will do, and then send this request. We will receive this message in the partnerships team and will then get back to you to discuss. You will see a message that will tell you that you have successfully requested a placement change. Again, as before, you can also request a change at this point. I will open again my offer summary, and I will request a change to this placement that I have made for the reception class. As before, we ask that you send us a message with this request. For example, want to change to nursery, and then submit the request. As before, you will receive a message to tell you that this was successful, and in our offer summary, I can now see that I've requested a removal for this placement and a change for this placement. You can view an overview of all offers that you have made across the academic year at any point by navigating back to the Placement Offers section in the portal. You will see a breakdown of any confirmed offers and can view and edit these here. We will never make changes to offers without discussing them with you, and whenever you do make a request to change or remove an offer that you have made, we will get in touch with you to discuss that. After you have confirmed all of your offers, you still have the option to make additional offers. At this stage, you would again go through the same process by clicking Make New Offer, which will return you to the Provisional Offers section. In here, we can see that there are currently no provisional placement offers since we have submitted our last, but I can see that I have already made a number of confirmed placement offers here. If you would like to now make additional offers, you do so as before. You go to the relevant section and click Add Offer. You select the year group or key stage for which you would like to make the offer, the type of placement that you would like to support, and then click Save. Returning now to my placement offers overview, you will see that I can see a breakdown both of the provisional offers, the one that I've just made, which is not yet submitted, and my confirmed offers, which we have submitted earlier. We would like to ask that you ensure that any offers that you have made, which are in the draft or provisional stage, get confirmed to us as soon as possible. The earlier we receive your offer requests, the sooner we can make sure we allocate you suitable trainees. I hope you have found this guide a useful overview of the offers process through the PCP portal. If you do have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to contact us in the partnerships team. We will do our best to support you in this process. Ultimately, the PCP portal is designed to make the offers and placement process easier for you. We would like to give you as much control and independence over making offers and supporting trainees at your school as possible. We hope that this way of making offers will enable you to view them in a more consistent manner and therefore plan ahead for the academic year with us. Thank you for watching, and please do get in touch if you do have any questions.